This is Curtis Brown with Music Gods magazine, and we have a special guest. He is the founder of Mellow Arts, Melvin Davis. How you doing, Melvin?
Hey, Curtis, how you doing today, my friend? Doing wonderful on this side of the planet. Can't have no complaints.
Awesome. Happy New Year to you. You got any resolutions?
Yeah, well, we all have those. It's just it's a matter of implementing them, putting them together, and going forward with it. I don't want to be the one that have one of those new revolutions that we always put out there and don't never, get them done. So I got mine written out and ready to X out day by day. So
nice.
Definitely.
Nice. So you are the founder of Mellow Arts. What is Mellow Arts exactly?
Well, Mellow Arts is an actual umbrella of a lot of things. One of the things that I like to actually kind of collaborate on about it is a personal who I am. My name is Melvin Davis. I'm an artist, very laid back. Kind of put those two together, and I came up with the concept called Mellow Arts. And very seldom do I use my government name. I guess there's a lot of people out there kind of, gravitate to something that they're more passionate about than what the state gives us as far as our parents is concerned. So that would kind of resonate with me with Mellow Arts, and I kind of, ran with it, and I just became, I made it became my business, and in doing that, people just kind of, they're answering to me in regarding to mellow, and that's what I love is the mellow part of me, and they say my I'm actually mellow, and that's what they call me as the streets they used to call me mellow. So it became Mellow Art. So that's how I kind of put it together.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you're a painter.
Actually, I'm a self-taught artist. My career began at the early age when I was in high school, and never took art really seriously. And what happened with that is when God gives you a gift, you can't run from it. It's just something that's embedded in you, and it keeps coming across your path for you to pay attention to. I didn't really take it seriously. I love doing facial pieces for people, like kids that was in my class. I do different pieces for pencil, so I was very good with pencil at that time. And not knowing that it was a talent, just doodle-daddling, how we do in class.
Right.
Not really, doing anything else that would, when it's boring in class, we find something to kind of get our attention to. So,
right.
Yeah, and then I started to take it a little bit more seriously as I got older. The interesting thing about it is that I never went to class for it. I never went to school for art. I never took a class. I never, ever stepped into
not even in high school?
Never.
No?
I never even looked into it because what I learned was picking up someone else's creativity, it freezes your own, meaning your own way of thinking. So that's why it became what it is for me today. I just learned how to use my own self-absorbing gifts within my own spirit. Even with the trials and error, I became to make Mellow who he was, and then I implemented it onto the canvas, if you will.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. So never took a class at all, and
no.
Your work is remarkable. Like I would think that you taken extensive classes, looking at it. Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Describe your pieces. Like, what mediums do you use?
There's an interesting concept to it because I use different subject matters. Now, the interesting part about it, just to give you a little story about it. I used to go into the paints, like Michael's and places like that to buy my pastels, my pencils, my oil, my brushes, and it was very expensive. It became very expensive to me. So I was like, it got to be a better way. So I wasn't technical savage. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't a technical savage person. But I found this software. It's called Adobe Print Shop and stuff like that. So been very dedicated to learning how to use the mouse as a brush. The canvas was already there on the screen, so just programming my brain around that, and that's how I became a self-taught digital artist. So yeah, exactly. Nice. So it blew my mind to understand the concept of what it was, because people was like, how do you do, what is your subject, what is your media, what is this, da-da-da-da. So when I do shows, a lot of the kids that's actually into the graphic arts designs, they come up like, I never seen it done like this. What is it that you're doing?
Right.
And to explain it to them, they have to sit in on it, because not to just go to, it's one of those things that you have to really actually see it done. So that was my story, and talking to a lot of other professional artists. I think one of the guys that is very, very, very well known, his name is Wick. He's out in Atlanta, Georgia. And Charles Bibbs is another great renowned artist. They just told me to stick to my craft. They said, don't change what you're doing, because it'll catch up to you because of the fact that you're ahead of the curve. Right. And that's what I've been doing. I just stayed ahead of the curve on technology, and I just dipped my foot in it like that. So I'm a self-taught artist through technology, but I'm also a freehand artist as well.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So, but your main, I guess, medium would be digital art. Like
digital right now. I'm very digital savage right now, because I've been doing it for over 15 years or better.
Wow. So yeah, you definitely were ahead of your time then, doing that. Yeah, absolutely. So when you do these digital pieces, now if I wanted a portrait or something from, one of your digital pieces, your collection or whatever, you would then print it out and frame it, or
it is no different than for an example, because I've been in the art world for a long time, I have originals, but being that it's a digital term, you only do a limited edition. Meaning, for an example, I can only print out so many of that, whatever that series is, and I cut that series off because the value of the series is cut off at a number, and after that it becomes an actual print. So, for an example, if you send me a picture over, you can upload it to your, to your inbox, and the key to it is the resolution have to be set at a certain pixel. That allows me to put the detail inside of the image to make sure that I capture what it is that we're looking at, for verbatim. And that right there, which I love because of the fact that now that technology is so amazing, back then we could sit in front of a person and paint their picture. Now you just send me the image over, give me about 3 weeks, and there it is. Your image and my style is there, is there to be implemented.
Wow.
Your liking. Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay. So do you do mostly portraits, or what is your subject?
My subject right now, and thank you for asking that, because I'm very, I don't want to use the word so much of a spiritual term, but what I've found to look and just living life, and understanding who we are as a people, it made me feel more compelled to do things on our women. My mother was a nurser. She was very, she was strong. She was a leader. She was self-taught. She was a person of integrity. And our women have not had that platform to be beautified in the art industry. So we don't see them in, their beauty in their hair. We don't see the beauty in their nose. We don't see the beauty in their lips. We don't see the beauty in their melancholy skin. So when those things are not put out for the universe to see as in beautiful, so I say, I'm going to dedicate my artwork in that realm. It's to show not only the curves, but when you look at a painting or look at a picture, you're going to understand that journey into that person and why it's done the way that it's done. And when you see the little girls that I do, the natural. And I used to tell people, they said, well, why don't you do other people? And I said, well, you know what? No one goes to a Chinese and ask them to do Chinese work. No one asks, you don't have a Chinese to go and ask for Chinese to do black people. So I say, that's the problem. We have to stop, selling ourselves out and start embracing and hold on to what is genuine. I hold no apology for the beauty in our women. We don't need to apologize for being beauty. We need to accept the beauty in it and knowing that we are the ones that have been chosen in this generation to become great. And so be it is not shown, but right now through art and through fashion and through other subjects that we use, even in our music, it's so combined together. So we just have to be more visual in seeing it, more than just seeing it on the wall. See it on your plates that you eat, your dinner plate should have a piece of art that shows the beauty of our people. Stop selling yourself short. Look in your shower curtain. Your shower curtain should have that image of us. Our rug should have that image of us. Our lights should have that images of. So that's my thing. It's just to get to the point that when you come into your house, it should be nothing. Everything that you touch should say, "This is a part of me," all the way down to your toilet paper. Why not? So that's where I'm at with that.
Nice. So, well, let me ask you this: do you think, or have you branched out into putting your art on like mugs and curtains and T-shirts and stuff like that?
I definitely have done that. I definitely have done that, and in that it was, it's so exhilarating because it's a peacefulness in it. And when you're an artist, the world is so much artistically in abundance. But when you're not educated on it, when you don't see it as much, and you only see the negativity of it, you don't value it. You can't value it because the world don't say that it's important. The world just tell you, there's another black artist painting something, or there's another black artist singing something, or, So we use the or factor, so not showing that this is whenever a person take 5 to even how many hours it take to develop whatever. That's their life they're giving you. So I just didn't want my work to be just on the wall because everybody said, I can't afford a limited edition. I can't afford original. So I said, let me do it on, let me do it on a shower curtain. Let me do it on a handbag. Let me do it on a pillowcase. Let me do it on a bedspread. Let me do it on different things that I know that they appreciate it. So my overall dream is to design a whole collective of mellow arts in everything that you can pretty much imagine that goes inside of your home. So the vases, your lampshades, and all those things. So I'm definitely trying to get it out there in a way that I feel that is going to be so powerful, but yet respectful, very respectful.
Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing some of that. I think that's very interesting. I think you'll have a lot of people wanting to purchase your pieces. Like that's different. I mean, we see. Well, the stuff that I see that's painted on mugs and whether it be mugs, curtains or whatever is like it's real hokey and it's just textile stuff like reprinting maybe a flower reprinted over and over again or something like that. But this is like real art that's going to be on these items, which that's really good, man. I like that. I like that a lot.
It's because of the fact that we're so commercialized, and people that do art or do things such as they're looking for the money in it, and it don't have the same substance. It's just it's just it's a drive-by, if you want, if you will. But when you feel something that when I look at that little girl and it reminds me of my daughter or a mother's daughter or a father's daughter, it have more substance to it because I've never been to Africa. I don't know what Africa looks like. I can't talk African language, which is saddening. But the factor is I don't have to go to Africa, but I'm an African American. So I need to see more of us in everything else. You know what I mean? So that's the way it is for me. I want to uplift us as ones that are here in America, that we can say, you know what, we are African American, but we need to be seen. They need to know that we exist not in a negative style, but in a style that, it's way beyond what the media is showing us. Everybody's not a killer. Everybody's not a rapist. Everybody's not a, So
I always say we have a wide spectrum, and most people are focused on one end of the spectrum. So I agree with you on that. Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's definitely need to open our eyes and give opportunities where it need to be and put in the right perspective.
Right. Well, I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. So, when did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Through try and error in life, we find ourselves trying different things. I'm a person. I'm one of those people that I guess if you can put me in a room where people are doing something, I don't have to understand it. I'm hands-on, if you will. And so, a little story. When I was coming up in school, and this probably kind of direct you into the terms of what you're saying, because I was a right brain thinker, and being dyslexic, that's another thing that I never understood, because our words different. So my parents, my mother, I was like, Mom, I don't understand these words. I don't get it. So they took me to a psychologist when I was little. I was probably about 8 to 9 years old, because I was having problems reading and stuff like that. So when he did evaluated me and stuff like that, he told my mother, he said, your son is a right brain thinker. He's a visual person. He had to see it. So a book is not his interest. He said these things will catch up to him later. So what I did, and knowing that, he said that they are considered genius. And I was like, whoa, he said, These are creators. These are people that comes up with so many things that our world, that's what we pull from. They don't see the things as the way we see it. So it kind of made me feel good, because I was fearful that I couldn't, communicate the way that everyone was. So when I learned how to gravitate to my strengths, then I started to take my strength on, and it didn't feel like work. It was almost as if I was on the lake fishing, just relaxing. And that's and that's how I came into it, and I made it became me. It became mellow. It became my excitement. It became my food, my nourishment, my health, my reason for getting up the next day. I was excited to start on a new piece. And in my archive, just to let you know, I have over 1,000 images. So I've been busy.
Wow.
I'm very busy.
Yeah, you've been busy. Over 1,000.
I have over 1,000 images, and it's all different subject matters. So I look at myself as the egg that's been, the golden egg. No one has discovered yet. But, in due time it will.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me ask you this. Who are some of your influences?
There was a gentleman out of Dallas, Texas. His name is Clyde Ross. When I met him out there, I was very, I was still trying to find my strength in art, because when you want to know what your subject is, you want to know what your strength is, you want to know what pulls you. I mean, some people love to do birds, some people love to do, dogs, and some people love to do, abstract, and that's fine. But you have to chip yourself down to build yourself up. Meaning, I have to find my strength. And when he coached me in a way that, not taking away from my creativity, my style, he coached me in a way to say, well, he was doing pastel, and I wasn't a pastel artist, because I can admire it, but that wasn't my thing. And he said, don't ever try to compare yourself with me. You just find your strength in you, and you do you. When you learn to do you, what separates you is the creativity in you. Not to say there's a piece like my piece look like your piece. Your piece should only look like you. So when you see a mellow arts piece, that's a mellow arts piece. There's nothing like it. So I have to learn
signature.
That. Yeah, I have to learn that. And when I learned that, then I was like, okay, I got it. So that's, I would say he was one of my biggest influence as far as that was concerned, as far as developing my style. And we're still closer together today. So he's very, very well known, and he's from Mississippi. And yeah, he's doing some great things himself. Yeah.
Great. Any past influences, like historical artists, like Picasso, Rembrandt?
I have to be honest with that. I'm one of those artists that I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I don't have a platform for you, as far as me saying that I actually communicated with you, I can't talk on them, because it don't inspire me, because I don't understand it. Okay. When I see a Picasso or Rembrandt, one of those pieces, I'm one of those. I probably think like you thinking. What is he trying to say? Because I'm not used to seeing an eye on the side of a person's ear and say that's art. That kind of throw me off. But of course, in Paris and Rome and England and places like that, they look at it for what it's, for whoever the artist is. And that's where the starving artist mentality comes from. It's from that. You only become famous when you're dead. I want to flip the script. I don't want to be dead to become famous. I want to be famous to become living.
Right.
So I can't relate to those people that, didn't understand, you don't see our black faces in there. Say, I want to see us. I don't want to see a Picasso or whatever. They didn't think of us. They was thinking of the people that they saw in front of them, and they think about the vision that they saw in their time frame. So I want Mellow Arts to be a time frame for the new millennium, which we're living now. So I can say, I am that. What they could be curious about once I'm gone. So, this is Mellow Arts. This is what he was doing. This is his. This is his message. And he stayed within I stayed within my my zone. I didn't veer off to paint a white person, to paint a Chinese person, to paint an Asian person. I didn't veer off in that. I stayed true to the color zone, which is my own. And I feel like that should be implemented so hard.
Nice.
To stay true to your own craft and your own people.
Absolutely. What would you say your goal is for Mellow Arts, your ultimate goal for Mellow Arts?
Thank you for saying that, asking me that question. This is my goal, and I pray about this daily. My goal is to open up a gallery, and that's why I don't sell a lot of my originals. The gallery is designed for, it's a 3-level building. And what it's going to have, of course, the gallery, and then we're going to have a gift shop. The gift shop is going to be designed for little kids to come in and create their greeting cards, the note cards, the wrapping paper, whatever their little hearts desire. We want to have a gift shop for that, not only just for the kids, but it's going to be for other artists like myself, so we can have our own place that we can go pull our own identity in one area. Then it's going to have, we're going to do a carpet event. And the carpet event is going to be like the little kids going to have a night that they're going to bring their little art, their canvas, and put it on the wall, and they're going to walk around. They're going to interact with the people in there. So it's pretty much building up their not only their platform for them to be saying that they're in the right place at the right time, but it builds stability. It builds drive. It builds determination. It builds business mind. It shows them that being an artist is fun. It shows them as being an artist is a business. Showing them being an artist is freedom in it. And then we're going to have a classroom that's embedded in there as well. So people don't, our youth don't understand what is a limited edition. Excuse me. What is a lithograph? How to do a art business? What is the importance of these different steps and levels? So we want to have other renowned artists to come in and educate them, to talk to them on the business level, at their level, and that way we will be on one umbrella to continue to let the art world in our own way to become great. I think that's awesome. My vision, that's my goal, and that's what I want to put together.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would be fantastic, especially for the youth.
Yeah, man. I think that we need that so bad. It's sad that we're not giving things that make kids grow, a platform. And, we want to give them other things. I mean, nothing wrong with the basketballs. There's nothing wrong with the footballs. Nothing wrong with all these other things. But the artists are the one that suffers the most. And when you don't have a place to go, that's why they don't value it. That's why they don't feel like there's a passion for it. That's why they don't feel like it's something that they can make a living on. And you can do one painting if you do it right, and you could, market it properly. You can live off one piece for a whole year. Really. So, but if if you never taught that, you think that, oh my God, I got to do all this work, a starving artist mentality, and that suffers them not to want to even look into the art world. So I want to.
That's a great way to look at it too. Like, like you said, you can actually live off of one piece for a whole year, or really, if you really want to get down to it, like, you can create a masterpiece and live off of it for a lifetime.
Yes.
Whether it be through reprints or whatever, you can live off of it for a lifetime.
Exactly, because that is residual in everything that you do in the art world. But that's not taught to us. That's not taught to us. We don't have that conversation. But they know now, honestly. I'm gonna just be honest with you. When I do my shows, honestly, white people come up and they buy artwork from me, but they always say, Mr. Mello, could you sign it? And they know the difference. They know why you signing it. They understand if you sign it and date it, it brings value to the artwork. But our people don't understand that. Only what they'll do it when they see another person get in line and say, oh, will you sign mine too? They should already know that the value is in that. But they don't get it.
That. Yeah.
Then we're not taught that. So
Right. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any shows coming up? Any exhibits coming up?
Actually, I do shows. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be doing a show the early part of this year. We're doing one in Miami. I got one going on in Miami, and that's going to be actually on my website. And then I do it throughout the year. I have one that I do every year here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's African American Festival, and it's pretty huge. We have over 30 to 40,000 people here, and they come worldwide. And what we do from their point, I'll travel with the vineyard, and we'll go to different other places. I plan to go to Chicago this year and do some shows. So I've already been, pulled in different directions to go out and have my artwork shown, which I'm very excited about it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So where can they find you online?
Well, right now, and I'm working on, which we pretty much getting everything in order. But if people want to find Mello, you can go directly to my Facebook. That's Mello, Mello, space art, ART, and send me a friend request, and that way I can tag you into to my gallery that I have on my page, and you can actually order directly from my page. That's why I do most of my business at this particular time, because it took a while to build an audience to really come in and start.
That's smart. I mean, that's smart. This is you being primarily a digital artist, and you riding the wave of technology, like that is social media is the platform now.
Oh yes.
So that only makes sense.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's what you're right, because I had to look at it such as that, because we don't go door to door anymore. And you have to be intelligent to understand where you're going, because you can't be fearful. You got to say, let me take it by the horn and go with it.
Absolutely.
And I just I just dive both feet in it. To be honest, brother, I just I see what, in the beginning with my page, it was a media site. I'd never use my page but just for my artwork. And in the beginning, people was trying to pull at you for different other things, and I didn't communicate. If you saw the artwork and you was talking business, we can communicate it, and that was it. So once they learned that I was serious about that, now they say, Mello just put out a new piece. They're gonna, they start asking information about that, and that took years. It didn't take months, and it took me at least 3 to 4 years to get that notoriety in that he's in business. He don't want to talk to you about anything else. He want to talk to you about his artwork, and the respect came in beyond that.
Right. Okay. Man, this was very, very enlightening. I personally love your work, and
thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing more. I might even, I'm definitely going to check and see where your next shows or exhibits are going to be, so I could just, see it in person.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So let's see, we're Music Gawds magazine, and we're interviewing a fine artist, digital artist. So I want to play a quick little game, which is like a word association game. All right. Okay. So because we're a music magazine, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to name some recording artists, and I want you to tell, when I say the name, I want you to tell me what medium it reminds you of, that recording artist reminds you of.
What medium?
Medium like oil, tempera.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. Adele.
Oh, Adele Gibbons. Oh, my God. Adele would definitely sound, she's more, to me, if I was to put a medium to it, she's definitely canvas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would definitely put her on a canvas piece.
Nice.
That's just her. She got so much soulfulness within herself, because it goes with time, and it's forever going. So her style is just impeccable. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Beyonce.
Wow, digital. The reason why I would do a digital piece with her because she is the revolution of revolution. She's often forever changing in regarding to her whole entourage of who she is. You know, her essence of who she is definitely in a blooming stage. So you can never cap her off because you don't know what's coming next. And it's just like what technology is. You never know what's around the corner. So she's always on the cutting edge of her craft, and her presentations are so off the chain. So I would definitely make her a digital piece.
That makes sense. All right. And last but not least, and rest in peace to him, Michael Jackson.
Wow. Michael Jackson to me would definitely be on a pastel because pastel is like, you know, his revolution of who he was unimaginable, and it was slow, but yet it still was perfected. And also, it was definitely once he capped off of what it was that he did, he didn't take shortcuts. He was one of those people that, you know, you would say admire him up close and off a distance. Just his name became great. So the craft that he put in there, it was a pastel journey. So I would definitely give him the pastel concept on that. Perfect.
Man, we really, really thank you and appreciate you for stopping by Music Gawds magazine and, you know, sharing your art and your thoughts with us and everything. Tell everybody one more time where they can find you at.
Well, you can find Mello at Mello Arts. That's on Facebook, MELLO ART, Mello Art. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to express myself to the world. And it was great talking to you. God bless you in your journey when you and your business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope to hear from you real soon.
Much appreciated.
Hello, this is Mello with Mello Arts. I just want to give a big shout out to Music Gawds magazine. Man, it was a pleasure. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Keep rocking and keep changing lives. We know that you're great because you speak greatness, and I speak it with you. God bless you in your journey. Peace out. One in love, Mello.